The reason for building the AN-225 was the need to create an air transport system for the Buran reusable spaceship project. The main purpose of the heavy transport aircraft within the framework of this project was transportation of various components of the launch vehicle and spacecraft from the place of manufacture and assembly to the launch site. There was also an important task of delivering the space shuttle to the spaceport in case it landed on alternate airfields. In addition, it was intended to use the AN-225 as the first stage of the system of launch of the spacecraft, which required from the aircraft lifting capacity of not less than 250 tons. Since blocks of Energiya carrier rocket and Buran itself had dimensions exceeding the dimensions of AN-225 cargo compartment, attachment of external cargoes to the airplane was foreseen. Presence of downflow from big-size cargo fixed on the top of fuselage made it necessary to replace the single-keel tail of AN-124 with double-keel one in order to avoid its aerodynamic shading. Thus the AN-225 was created as an airplane intended for solution of a narrow range of unique transport tasks. But the use of the AN-124 as a base made it possible to use it later as a super-heavy transport airplane for transportation of bulky cargoes. P.V. Balabiev is often erroneously referred to as the chief designer. Nevertheless, Balabiev was chief designer of the entire design bureau in 1984 to 2005. At the same time, V.I. Tolmachev was appointed chief designer and chief project manager by USSR Council of Ministers decree. For the first time it took off into the sky on December 20, 1938 from the factory airfield of Antonov Design Bureau. The flight lasted for an hour and a half, from 12 hours and 15 minutes to 13 hours and 45 minutes. While the airplane was created in the USSR for transportation of components of rocket carriers Energiya and Buran spaceship. By the moment of finishing of the first AN-225, all necessary transportation was made by the airplane BMT Atlant. The AN-225 took part in the Buran program only by carrying the Buran to the Paris Air Show in May 1993 and performing several demonstration flights at Baikonur in April 1993. After the collapse of the USSR, the only flying specimen of the plane stopped flying in 1944, its engines and other equipment were removed for use in the Ruslans. However, by the 2000 years there was a need for it, and it was restored by Ukrainian enterprises. The airliner also underwent refurbishment to meet the standards of aircraft for civil aviation. On November 7, 2022 year, SE Antonov announced about continuation of building of the second AN-225 using parts of destroyed Energiya in a secret place. On November 8, 2022, the SE Antonov denied rumors about construction of the second Energiya. Information about the construction of the second aircraft of the AN-225 Energiya turned out to be unreliable. The SE Antonov denied this information. According to the company's press service, the rumors are about the beginning of design works, but not about the assembly of the plane.